You don't need a piano and you don't need a paintbrush or a lump of clay. All you need are words.
Poetry, to me, is all tangles and circles and finding connections that are unexpected.
I love to make people laugh.
The music of it. It's the music of the line.
It's very hopeful because I don't know how else I get from day to day.
I'm Corey Williamson, and I am the author of Sweet Husk, which is the 2014 Perugia Press book, and I currently live in Helena, Montana.
My name is Lisa Allen Ortiz, and my first book was published by Perugia Press in its guide to the exhibit.
My name is Gail Martin. My book with Perugia is Begin Empty-Handed, and I'm visiting Massachusetts from Kalamazoo, Michigan.
I mean, what I love about poetry is that a good poem will allow me to see the world or relationships or emotions in a way that I hadn't before, or from a different perspective, and also will help me articulate something that I'm feeling. Like sometimes a poem that really moves me is one that says something that I've been struggling to say myself. Anyway, we're giving back to the community today by offering free workshops.
A letter can take us out of the need to tell the truth. And you may not be stuck in that particular rut, but I struggle with that sometimes. And so I like the way that imaginary can move us there. How about the rest of you?
Dear Uber driver, actually you were a Lyft driver. A name I like better because it's less German.
Dear Avarice, do you remember our first house down to the roots of its foundation?
Dear Crow, balanced on the hemlock overhanging the highway, I have watched you tilt your head for a better view of the dying.
I like how it works when you repeat the Dear
Yes.
Crow, Dear Crow.
Yeah.
It really creates a cumulative effect.
Mm-hmm.
I think the process of understanding a poem is feeling before having an idea. Trying to create that space where you're feeling, where you have sort of a gut sense of something before you can put that sense into words.
I think that for me, maybe writing is about bearing witness to my own experience and having a chance to digest and metabolize everything. The world is so fast and it's violent, and yet there's this river that runs underneath everything that I'm able to access when I'm pondering a poem.
I write poetry because it's fun. It's enjoyable. It's a way to learn about so many different aspects of the world. I think if anything that is essential is poetry, is learning how to think and sustain two possible truths at the same time, or more than that.
I feel like I'm able to have conversations, literally have conversations with people from every part of the world and from all different times also.
I did just want to go around the room and hear, what does technology mean to you, or what do you think of when you hear that word? What your immediate connotations are for that word.
I was rewarded with a final line.
And just let those words or phrases enter the space. Here, you've already called it in on the paper. We're going to call it into the air again, right?
As women, we're taught to be quiet. Even me, who came from a noisy family, I really was taught to be quiet. Publishing poetry is a way of taking responsibility for that power that we have in our personal life, and using language not just to document and list and reflect, but also to interact with the world and engage in it.
I think in a lot of ways women are asked culturally to be more observant of the small, and I think to be sometimes more observant of or more attuned to and respond to how other people are feeling.
I do think that there's something about listening to women that is very important because women haven't been listened to as much, and also because I think what women have to say needs to be heard more in order to have more democracy or to have more peace and less destructiveness in the world. The more we listen to women, the better off we'll all be. The world will split open and we'll also be healed.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear one poem read by 3, 7, 10 people, and it's a different poem. So there's something especially powerful in connecting when you hear it live.
One of the few times we actually are really listening is when we sit ourselves down to receive this reading.
I saw one of the grandmothers only once in a photograph. Short and sturdy she was, a black Carib with a forehead wide as the sea that kisses Port Elizabeth. The other grandmother I composed from myth and half-told stories. She was a red Cheyenne, scorched earth, much chaste.
Wasn't Denmark cold in the heart of winter? Wasn't the wind northerly, blowing across the country's coastal porches from the open sea?
Buzzard, from a distance you mistake me for a hawk. I circle with grace, slicing the wind.
The last dog that died unburied herself and ghosted the silver planks of this porch while hornets fought over her blood.
She answers the question I dare not ask. Until today, she's been determined to resume her old life, nothing less.
Snake, I also was born in the forest, and I also danced on a done-up stage, hair ribbons pressed over my ears.
She passed by them, longing on long legs, lips the color of peril, bittersweet folded round a hollow in her twisted back. But her one